Sipra TV. Sipra TV. Sipra TV. Sipra TV. Sipra TV. Subscribe to this channel. Push the bell icon.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Okay, now these are similar letters which have come together, and we have to be careful that we read both of these letters, both of these instances. So people make this mistake that they read one single letter when they come together, the similar letters, but this is very wrong. So it is not jibahum, it is jibahuhum. Just read it. Good job, jibahum. Wujuhuhum. Fatubi'a ala. Good job. La udhi'u amala. Okay, amala. All right. So this is one is very tricky, because this ha is a sharp one, but this ha is a soft one, and they have come together. So we have to be careful that those letters which are sharp, we read them sharp. Those letters which are soft, we read them soft. Those letters which are light, we read them light. Those letters which are heavy, we read them heavy. We should be careful about that. So this is bimuzahzihi. No. Carefully read. Bimuzahzihi. Yeah, this ha should be sharper and this ha should be softer. Bimuzahzihi. All right. Have you put your headphones on? All right. Sabbihu. Sabbihu. This ha should be sharper. Sabbihu. Yeah. Wama qadarullaha haqqa qadrihi. Wama qadarullaha haqqa qadrihi. No, you have not made this ha sharper. Make it sharper, man. Wama qadarullaha haqqa qadrihi. Qadrihi. Do kalkula on dal. Dal is a kalkula letter. Again read this statement. Why have you said haqqan? There are no two zabars, only one zabar, man. What are you doing? Read carefully. Wama qadarullaha haqqa qadrihi. Wama qadarullaha haqqa qadrihi. Good job. Inna Allaha ahida ilayna. Read again carefully, man, carefully. No, 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 no. What are you doing, man? Inna Allah ahida ilayna. Ilayna. Inna Allah ahida ilayna. Na. Do not read the noon in your nose. Na. Not na. It is na. Na. Stop breathing from your nose. Na. That's it. La junaha alaykum. Now read this one. Please make the ha sharper. What are you doing? Look. The sound of ha comes from the center of your throat where you can feel your jugular vein. That is the place from which the sound of ha is produced, and it should be sharper, sharp as a knife. So it should be zuh ziha. Good job. Zuh ziha anin nar. Yeah. When we are stopping, then it will be anin nar. When we are not stopping, then it will be zuh ziha anin nari. You are not allowed to stretch the ha. It is only a zabar on it. There is only a zabar on it. Not a standing zabar or a alim madar rule here. It is not applied. Not at all. It is zuh ziha anin nar. Now read this one. No. Who told you to stretch this who? Read again. Yeah, and if we stop, how will we read this? No, these are two peshes and it will turn into jazm when we stop. Read again. Allahu Ahad. In the last juz, we have already read this. You should remember. So, if there are two zabars on a letter, and if we stop there, one zabar will be removed and that letter will be stretched for 1 second. However, if there are two zairs or two peshes, then they will turn into a jazm when we will stop. So there is a difference between stopping on two zabars and stopping on other signs. Got it? Yeah. Now read this one carefully now. Alam ahad. Good job. Now this one. No, you should read this one correctly, man. You read it daily. Yeah, a'udhu. Good job. Next one. Alright, so this sod is a heavy letter. It is not seen, it is sod. So it will be fasfah anhum. Good job. Alright. Now read this one, man. What? Have you become a statue? Okay, then read it, man. Ali Madarul, little boy. Ain has a zair below it. Read again. Lam has also a zair. What are you doing? Don't give me a heart attack. Why are you not stretching the fa? Don't you see this is alif madda rule here? Fa has a zabar on it and next to it is an alif. Why are you stretching the noon? Yeah, that's it. And if we stop, how will we read this? Fa'ilin. And this should be a. It should be heavy. Deep. It should be deep. It should come from the center of the throat. Fa'ilin. Yeah. All right. Now read this one. This is lam. What are you doing? This is lam. What are you doing, man? No, don't stretch it. Ala aqibaihi. And if we stop, ala aqibai. All right. Now this one. Read it. Do not stretch the noon. I have told you numerous times. Yeah, and if we stop, good job. Next one. This one. And if we stop, la junah. Yeah. Next one. Only stretch for 1 second. Only stretch for 1 second. This is small mud, not big mud. La uzi'u. And when we stop, la uzi'. Yeah. All right. Next, this one. No, do not read it in nose. That's a big mistake. Do not read it in nose. Ilaha. And if we stop, good job. Ilah. Next one. Yeah, arabidun. And if we stop, good job. And this one. Read carefully, read carefully. Only stretch for 1 second. Ha. No, do not prolong it. Not zone. It is zun. Simply zun. Ha. Feel zun. And if we stop, ha. Feel. Good job. Now this one. A'udhu. And if we stop, a'udh. Next one. Wrong. Ahada. And if we stop, all right, this one. The ayn should be deep, from the center of the throat. Yeah, ju'in. And if we stop, ju'. Yeah, we already read this in the 30th juz. All right, now read this one carefully. All right, and if we stop, no, it should not be deep because this is Hamza. It is su. No, stretch it for 4 seconds. This is big mud. Su. Yeah, and there should be no ha sound at the end when stopping on Hamza. It is a little bit jerky, you can say that. Like if you are having a hiccup like feeling. So it will be su. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, yeah. Fa'alun. Good job. And when we stop, good job. Next one. Remember, this letter has a tasdeed on it. You have to stay on. Yeah. Good job. And when we stop, no. Whenever there are whenever two zabars are there on a letter and we stop, what happens? No, I'm asking you a question. Whenever a letter has two zabars on it, what happens when we stop? One zabar is removed and we stretch that letter for 1 second. It happens only with two zabars. It does not happen in any other sign, okay? So, read it. Good job. Wahaja. All right. Okay, now it is that sounds which are similar to each other but not exactly like each other. If they come together, then how are we going to read them? Now we have to be careful. There is a very subtle difference between these letters. For example, this is Seen and this is Sod. So they are very, very similar sounding letters. However, Seen is a thin letter and Sod is a heavy letter. And in Seen, our tongue must not touch anywhere. And in Sod, the tip of the tongue is touching at the back side of the lower front teeth. So this will be like this. Alaysa subhu. So when we are on Seen, there will be a little difference between the upper and the lower teeth, and our tongue will not touch anywhere. However, when we will reach on the Sod letter, our tongue will immediately go from central place to the lower place, and it will touch the back side of the lower teeth. Are you getting my point? All right. So this is alaysa subhu. Yeah. And this one will be okay. Now here what will happen is that first of all on the letter tha, our tongue, the tip of the tongue will touch to the edge of the upper two teeth, and then when it will reach to the Seen, it will come in the center and it will not touch anywhere, and our upper and lower teeth will have a little distance between them because of the Seen letter. So it will transit from the top to the middle, and from the edge of the upper teeth to the center, and without touching anywhere on the letter Seen. So it will be Mirathus samawati. Good job, man. Good job. All right. All right. So here, this za, we will not touch our tongue anywhere, and in this za, we will read it with force. We will read it with force. However, when we reach on this zal, the tip of the tongue will touch at the edge of the upper two teeth, and we will read it very softly, gently. So this will be, and there will be a Z sound in it, whereas this will not have a Z sound. So this is Azizun Tiqamin. Azizun Tiqamin. And when we stop, Azizun Tiqam. Okay, this will be a light letter and this will be a heavy letter. Both are very similar. However, this one is lighter, this one is heavier. So this will be idh-dhalimuna. So this is easier because here the position of the tongue is not changing. Only we are reading this as a light letter and this as a heavy letter. Only this is the difference. Otherwise, there is no visible difference. So this is idh-dhalimuna. Good job, man. Good job. You are a genius. MashaAllah. Alright. Alright, this ta is a light letter and this ta is a heavy letter. So this will be like this. Mutatahhirina. Mu. It is mu. Mutatahhirina. Mutatahhirina. Good job, man. Good job. Alright. So this will be Mabsutatani. No. No. Don't make this mistake. This one is heavier. This one is lighter. This one is ta. This one is ta. Mabsutatani. No. This one is heavier. Not this one. Mabsutatani. Mabsutatani. Good job. And when we stop, Mabsutatan. This one is with force, this one is harder, and this one is softer. So in this letter, we will not touch our tongue anywhere, and in this letter, we will touch before the front two teeth, at the roof of our mouth, the tip of the tongue. So it will be like this. Najziz zalimina. And when we stop, Najziz zalimin. Good job, man. You are a genius, mashallah. Alright. Awa alta afaltum. Good job. Now you have read the Lord letter perfectly. From the left side of the tongue, touching to the left roof of the mouth. You have read it perfectly now. Keep this practice throughout your rest of your life, inshallah. Alright, so this is Famanil Turra. Good job, man, good job. Ya'azzul Zalimu. So here, the left side of the tongue will touch to the left side of the roof of the mouth. And here, the front side of the tongue will touch at the back of the roof of the mouth just before the front teeth. So this is ya'allu zalimu. Good job, man. Good job. All right. Similar is the case with this one. Anqadha dhahrak. Now, both of these letters are very, very similar sounding letters, and many people cannot distinguish between the two sounds, but there is a very subtle difference. This one is more softer as compared to this one, and the Z sound is very less in this as compared to this one. All right. Okay. All right. In some letters, when there is a tasdeed on it, and when we are stopping there, then we have to be careful and we have to read them with some force. Okay. So this is adalla, adal, fatallun, fatal, yeah, aduvun, aduv, yeah, mustamirrin, mustamir, wal mu'tarra, wal mu'tar, mafarru, mafar, aydiyahunna. Since we are going to do gunna on the noon whenever it has a tashdid on it, when we stop, in stopping also we do the gunna. So this is aydiyahun. No. In gunna, you have to touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth and you have to keep it touched, unlike the ikhfa. So this is aydiyahun. Yeah, that's it. Alayhinna. And when we stop, alayhin. And then sawafa. Stretch it for 5 seconds. Whenever a letter has a big mud and next to it has the letter next to it has a tashdid on it, then we stretch that letter not for 4 seconds but for 5 seconds. And this is the maximum length any letter can be stretched in the Holy Quran. So this is sawafa. Do not make this mistake. This is not sawa. This is sawa. Saw is a heavy letter. This is not seen. Sawafa. And when we stop, sawaf. Good job. Yusalluna ala nabiyyi. All right. Now be careful in stopping on a letter, on the ya letter when it has a tashdid on it. It is a little bit tricky, but inshallah you will learn. So this is Yusalluna ala nabi. No, not nabi. If you say nabi, then what happens is that you remove the tashdid while stopping. But this is not the case. We are not supposed to remove the tashdid. The tashdid will remain there, only the zair will be removed. So what happens is that in stopping here, we will read it like this. Now listen to me carefully. Alan Nabi. على النبي على النبي. Yeah, there is a G sound at the end. Have you noticed? All right, that's it. This is the sound which you are going to make whenever you are stopping on the letter ya with the tashdid on it. All right. Now the last page. We will move on to the last page. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, this is the last page. Okay, we have covered a lot in this last lesson, and Alhamdulillah, these are almost all of the rules of basic tajweed are mentioned here. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So when we are going to stop on the round ta, whichever sign it has, it will turn into a jazm. And the round ta will turn into a ha whenever we stop here. So this is nakhlin khawiyatin. And when we stop, nakhlin khawiyah. Nakhlin khawiyah. Yeah. Okay. Normally, on any letter, if there are two zabars, and when we stop there, then one zabar will be removed and one zabar will remain, and we will stretch that letter for 1 second. However, the round ta is an exceptional letter. In round ta, if there are even if there are two zabars or two zaj or two peshes or zabar zair or pesh or any other sign, it still will turn into a jazm, and the round ta will turn into a ha. So no matter which sign it has, when we are stopping here, it will turn into a ha, and it will any sign will turn into a jazm. Got it? Okay, but on any other letter, if the two zabars are on any other letter like this one, it will one zabar will be removed, and it will be the remaining letter will be stretched for 1 second, but not on the round ta. So this will be, now read this one. Read this word. This one. No, naran. Yeah, and if we stop, no, naran hamiyah. Hamiyah. Do not read the ha in your nose. It is not ha, it is ha. Naran hamiyah. Yeah, that's it. All right. Next one. You have to apply the ikhfa rule on this bun. No, qayyimatun, not tan. Two pages. Yeah, kutubun qayyimatun. And if we stop, good job. And this one. No, when we are continuing reading and not stopping, then how will we read this? Good job. Do not do that. Fun is wrong. Just fun. F-U-N, fun. Alpha, fun. Yeah. And if we are stopping, then yeah, good job, mashallah. Mashallah. All right. All right, read this one. Good job. And if we stop, since this ya does not have any sign, we will ignore it. We will not read this one. Good job. Now this one. No, this is not un. There are 2 zabars on this hamza. Nisa'an. Stretch the scene for 4 seconds, man. What are you doing? Big mud here. And if we stop, stretch the Hamza for 1 second. What are you doing? Yeah, that's it. All right. Now read this one. Yeah, and if we stop, good job, good job. And this one, this one. Do not stretch the riva. What are you doing? Read again. And if we stop, Qadr, Laylatul Qadr. Yeah, yeah, we have already read this one in the 30 edges in the last, and this one also. All right. Now it's very easy, man. You should know it. Read this one. Good job. Next. Yeah, the saw will be heavy, okay? Samad. Good job. Next one. Oh, again. Now this meme will be connected with this meme because of the tashdid on it, and this noon will be ignored because of the jazm on it. Jazm letter and tashdid letter, remember. Do not stretch the ma. Mim masadin. And if we stop, mim masad. Next one. Oh, again. Do ikfa here. What are you doing, little boy? No. Bida min kadibin. And if we stop, good job. All right. Okay. So if there is a standing zabar, standing zair, or a standing page, or a reverse page on the last letter, and if we are stopping here, it does not change. It does not change. Okay. Uh, Whether we stop or whether we read continuously, the sound will remain the same. It will not change. However, if it is on the round ha, then it will turn into a jazm, and we will not read it. Okay. The only exceptional letter is the round ha. And on any other letter, if there is a standing zabar, standing zair, or a reverse page, and we are stopping there, it will not change. The sound will not change. But here, it will turn into a jazm only on this letter. This is an exceptional case here. So, all right. All right. So read this one. Wadduha. And if we stop, how will we stop here? No, we are going to stretch it. The same way we are going. Yeah, to remember that it does not change anything. Whether we stop or whether we continue reading, it does not change anything. Remember this, okay? Yeah, good job. Walluha. And this one? And if we stop? Good job. All right. Read this one. Yuhyi. And this one? This is Jim. This is Jim. This is Jim. Yeah, good job. And this one? This is reverse page. Kitabahu, not ho. Kitabahu. And if we stop? Good job. And this one? Rusulihi. Do not stretch the scene. This is not rusu. If you say rusulihi, it will become waw madda or a reverse page. This is simple page. This is rusulihi. Rusulihi. And if we stop? Good job. Rusuli. Alright. Alright. Okay. So, if there are haruf maddat at the end, haruf maddat are alif madda, waw madda and ya madda. If these come at the end of a word and if we are stopping there, it will not change anything. Okay, the sound will remain the same. For example, this is anzalna in continuous form and anzalna in stopping form. Okay, so it will not change. All right. So now read this one. Qalu. The qaf is a heavy letter. Good job. And in stop, when we stop, how will we read this? Good job. This one? Good job. And if we stop? Good job. And this one? Good job. And if we stop? Fansab. Yeah, at the end of the letter, if there is a at the end of a word, if the last letter has a jazm on it, then also it will not change. Whether we read continuously or whether we stop, then also it will not change. In alif madda, waw madda and ya madda, and in jazm, in all of these instances, the sound will not change whether we stop or whether we read continuously. Got it? Did you get my point? All right. Okay. So this is how will we read this one? Do not do kalkala on the raw again. Farghab on the ba, only do kalkala on the ba, not on the raw. Again read. Not far, it is farghab. Yeah. Now we have skipped this alif. This is not alif madda rule here. We have skipped this alif, and what is the reason? Why have we skipped this alif? Can you please tell me? Hello? We have skipped this alif because ra has a jazm on it. If a letter has a jazm on it, we have to connect the previous letter which has a sign with that letter. Okay? And in between, if there are any letters which have no sign, those letters are ignored. Those letters are skipped. Got it? For example, I will give you an example. Oh my god, I will give you an example. So here it is waw, alif, alif, and then again alif, and then there is a lam. Okay. Now tell me, what is the sign which this lam has? And what will we do with this lam? Hmm. Before the lam? This one? This is which letter is this? Don't you remember? Yeah, that's a wow. My handwriting is very special. Don't worry about that. Just tell me with which letter with this lam will be connected. Alright, so we will skip these three alifs because they have no sign, okay? Now remember this thing. It will come in handy later on. Okay, alright, read this one, the last one. Yeah, lam yalid. Okay, and if we stop, then lam yalid, it will not change. Okay, okay, now, alright. So, okay, so if the last word is ending, the second last letter of the last word is ending with ya madda, waw madda, or alif madda, then we are supposed to stretch it for 1 second when we are stopping. So this we already know that in ya madda, alif madda, and waw madda we usually we do stretch it for 1 second, whether we are stopping or whether we are not stopping. So this rule is not to be taken. Here also, this is Salamun ala Ibrahim. Say it. Okay, we already know this. And then next one is Ghavun. So here also, we already know this. Now, this is the thing which we have to remember now. In Yailin, by the way, do you know what is Yailin? Have you forgotten or do you remember? And the previous letter has a good job. That is called Yailin, and we do not stretch it, okay? However, when we are stopping on a word which has a yailin or a vowelin, the second last letter is a yailin, either a yailin or a vowelin. If we are stopping on a word and the second last letter of it is either a yailin or a vowelin, then we do stretch it. Normally, if we are continuously reading and if we are not stopping, then we will not stretch the yailin and vowelin. However, when we are stopping on a word which has a yailin or a vowelin at the second last position, then we do stretch it for 1 second. Are you getting my point? For example, if we read continuously, then we will read this one as like this. Ainaini. Repeat after me. So however, when we are stopping here, then we will read it like this. Ainain. Good job. Similar is the case with the vowelin. Wa amanahum min khawf. And if we are not stopping, then wa amanahum min khawfin. So in continuous form we are not stretching it, and in stopping form we are stretching it. Getting my point? All right. Similar is the case with alif madda, waw madda, and ya madda. We will stretch them. Whether we continue reading or whether we stop, we will stretch them. That we already. Yeah, in stopping form and in continuous form, we have to stretch alif madda, waw madda, ya madda. We already know that, so that does not mean to be reminded, but just in case. Only the thing is yailin and vowlin. We have to remember this rule that in continuous form we do not stretch v, and stopping form we stretch them. So this will be wa ilayhi matab. So here the alim madda rule is applied. Wahum. Okay. Oh, wahum muhtadun. Here the waw madda rule is applied. And alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Alright, here the ya madda rule is applied. Alright. So now the last statement. Alhamdulillahilladhi bini'matihi tatimmus salihat. Alhamdulillah. Now our Nurani Qaida is really completed.